Namaste, Vanakkam, welcome one and all once again to my YouTube channel, The Awakening Spiritual Healing. Hi, I'm Premie. Nice to have you all back again. And this time I am gonna make another short video, but this time the video that I'm making is very, very close to my heart. I'm gonna actually talk about star seeds. This is something that I haven't spoken to my family members, friends, acquaintances, and colleagues about in over 40 years. It's something that I've kept very, very, really close to my heart, afraid of judgment. So I'm finally coming out there, and I'm finally doing this video, and it's very emotional for me, but at the same time, um, I want to help those transitioning, awakened souls out there who are looking and searching, and they want to know who they are, where they come from, and how does their soul resonate in this world, and how does it evolve, and what type of light worker are they. I want to help you. So if there's one thing this video can do, then I hope then that I could help you, dear soul family. So what are we talking about today? Starseed. What is a star seed? A star seed is an old soul from a distant planet, from a distant galaxy, from a distant realm, and they came to actually help shift and evolve evolution on our planet. And what are the signs of that you are a star seed? I'm going to name but a few signs, and if you feel that it resonates with you, then you probably are a star seed. So I'm going to name but a few. If two or more resonate with you, then chances are you are. Let's go. Okay. Let's see. Number one, um, you know, not feeling like you belong here. So, I'm gonna go on point for point with my own experience. I think that's the best way to go with it, and to be, true to myself and true to my soul. I think I will speak about it on a soul level. So, not feeling like I belong here. That's one of them. I've never actually felt as if I belonged. For example, I was born in South Africa, in Durban. I never actually felt as if I was actually a part of, Durban, let alone South Africa. I never felt like I wanted to visit a certain country. I never felt like I was a part of, the earth, the planet, and what was going on. I just never felt grounded to the earth. um, going to school, speaking to family, speaking to friends. It felt as if somebody else was the mover, somebody else was the feeler, somebody else was, having the thoughts. It didn't feel like me. So, not feeling as if you belong here on planet Earth. And that's number one. Number two, if you feel like an outsider in your own family, in your own community, with your friends, with your colleagues. So I am from a huge family. There's lots of us. There's aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews, and it goes on. It's we have a huge family. So there's always people around. There's always, people up and about, and there's always parties going on, and some pray or the other, and some feast or the other. there's always people around, and I've grown up in that. But I knew from a little girl, from like 3, 4, 5 years old. I knew, this is family, this is friends, this is the community. But I never resonated on a soul level with any of them. I never resonated with the community. I never resonated with the suburb, with the city, with the country. It just didn't feel like it didn't feel like a soul family on a soul level. I knew on a logical level that they were, but on a soul level, it didn't feel right. So if if you've ever felt like that, you can be in a room full of people and everybody's talking and everything, and you feel really alone, and you, in your heart, you're searching for something and for someone, and you don't know what it is. That's one of the signs. um, let's see. If you're going through a very, once you understand that you are different, you will go through a really, really fast transformation, which means that you'll start having recollection of past lives, um, different realms, different reincarnations. You'll start having dreams, also lucid dreams. You'll start hearing voices, seeing things. So the once you really, really are awakened, it can go really, really, really fast. Um, you know, I experienced that at a very young age. So I'm talking about when I was 3, 4 years old. So that's really, really, really young. And I really didn't understand what was going on. It was difficult to explain. Um, and most of the time, you're being told that, it's fantasy, because, kids are, really good at fantasizing, about everything. So, mostly it was categorized as fantasy. So for me, it happened at a very, very, very young age, and from there, traveling to different realms was like, daily business for me, and I didn't understand it, and not having somebody to talk to about it. So you can't really share your thoughts and feelings because, yeah, you're a kid, you're fantasizing. So if that resonates with you, then you probably fit in the category as well. Um, Another one is looking up at the sky, especially when you're a child. Looking up at the sky, and being really interested in the sky, and really interested in that star or that planet. Or you're not supposed to know that as a child. You look up and it's, oh, lovely, but you're not really supposed to look up and say, which planet is this, and where does that lie, and what galaxy is that, and which universe is that. And you're not supposed to do that as a kid. I did. And I did that quite a lot, and made my mom really crazy. So I spoke about my family that came down, in the spaceships, and visited me on a daily basis. And I spoke about how they looked like, and how my real family looked like, and all that kind of stuff. And looking at the planet, oh, I'm from there, and that's where I live, and I'll be going back there, that kind of thing. From as young as I can remember, I used to say that kind of thing, and it was all put down to fantasy, of course. So And if you don't know better and you don't have somebody to talk to, you think it's fantasy as well. And I put it down to fantasy. So, but that's one of the signs. And if that resonates with you, then yeah, you probably are a starseed. So another sign is being really, really sensitive and empathic. Um, I am extremely sensitive and empathic, and when I was little, it was like, so much so that if a tree was cut down or a plant was hurt, I actually felt the pain. If an animal is hurt, or if a bird is in pain, or if we eating meat, or I see in the ocean something wash up, I actually felt the pain of that animal or plant or tree. And that's when I talk about really being sensitive and empathic. So if that's just on a nature level, imagine how extreme it is when you feel that towards another human being. So you feel somebody is upset, or you feel somebody has anger, or you feel somebody is in pain, or you feel the turmoil in somebody. And I had that at school, and with family and friends, and everywhere, without actually using words, but just using my third eye and just using my sensitivity. I could feel a tension in a certain family, with a person, with school members, with teachers, with adults, with everything. It was just one big sensitive bomb, and you walk around that like that the entire day. It's extreme. And yeah, and if you don't have anybody to talk to about this, you try to put it into some kind of category, fantasy. You're a child, or you're a sensitive person, that kind of thing. These days they have really lovely terms for it, but in those times, it was fantasy and that kind of thing. So if this resonates with you, then chances are you are a starseed. And let's see another sign. If you've always had this feeling that you have a mission, you have a purpose in life, you were born to accomplish something, and you got to do it in this lifetime, and you just have this inner feeling that you got to do something. You don't know what it is. You got to find out what it is, but it feels as if the clock is ticking and you got to get started. That's frustrating. But I had that as a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. I just had to do something, and I'm wasting time. And I need that family up there to actually help me get started, because time's ticking, and I got to get started, and I got to get working. As a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, it's really, really, really frustrating. And then it took up 98% of my life. My journey was different than a normal child. My journey was different than a normal teenager. My journey was different than a normal adult. It wasn't just going to school, studying, getting the grades, getting that perfect job, and earning money, getting the house, and having a family. It wasn't going in that way, because I had a broader thought. There's a purpose. I need to make people aware. I need to teach. I need to guide. We need to get things done, because things are happening, and stuff is happening with the planet, and things are changing, and things are moving, and things are shifting, and I I need to get going, but I didn't have the tools, I didn't have the means, because our society is not, well, at that time, our society, and still, our society is not tooled up and togged up for a starseed. Our education system is not, togged up for enlightening a spiritual person and, elevating you. And, our government is not togged up and, or helping a starseed. So there's absolutely, you like stuck in the deep end, and you hope that, you find a fellow starseed who will help you and show you the way. So it was really, really, really difficult. If that resonates with you, you most definitely are a starseed. I can tell you that, because I've had this feeling from the time, I was 3-4 years old, and just stumbling on my way, trying to educate myself spiritually, and thereby, elevating my atma, and thereby, trying to help myself. I'm really, really delayed in helping, the collective, but I mean, I'm here finally. So so if that resonates with you, chances are you're a starseed. Let's do another one, another sign. If you feel as if your soul feels really, really old, if you feel like you know stuff that you shouldn't actually be knowing, and if you feel like if you listen to something on social media, on TV, or anywhere, and you're like, oh, they talk about realms, or they talk about atoms and neurons, and they talk about the universe, the galaxies, or if they talk about dreams, or they talk about visions, if they talk about starseeds, angels, that kind of thing, and you're like, oh, but that resonates with me, and I also have something to say about that, and I have something to add, and I have my own experience. And but how can you have your own experience? So um, you actually come with a lot of wisdom. um, I had something to say about almost every topic. I had something to say. I just didn't always say it because afraid of being judged. Um, when you told as a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old that you're fantasizing a lot, at a certain time you learn to, keep your thoughts to yourself, and, don't answer, because you're going to be judged. You're going to be put in a box, and you're going to be categorized as something. So don't say too much. And at a certain point I learned not to say everything that I was receiving as downloads. I just kind of kept quiet about it. So if this fits into into your vibration, if it really resonates with you, you're an old soul. You're an old soul. You're a starseed or a light worker. So that's a definite. Let's go on. Another sign. If you have memory of other planets, of other galaxies, of other realms, if you have dreams, lucid dreams, and you see people, places, and things that just is not in our reality at this current moment, you're a starseed. Nothing happens for nothing. Everything has a reason. Everything resonates. And if you're seeing people, or you're seeing other realms or other dimensions, or you're seeing other planets, it's probably, or surely, because you've reincarnated from them and you've been there, you've done that, you've had the experience. So this is a definite. If you've experienced this, or you experiencing this, you are a starseed or a light worker. So I've experienced it. I think from the time I was like 4, 5, and yeah, lots and lots of experiences. I've even experienced the Hindu gods, seen them personally. And the angels, seen them, spoken to them, communicated with them personally. It never happens by mouth. It's always using this. And I knew it from a very, very, very young age, so I was always very skeptical about things that I saw in the 3D, because I had a personal connection, and I was hearing personally from source. And so what I saw out there, I was always skeptical, had 1,000 questions for everything. I started reading the holy books at a very, very young age, because I had so much of questions, and I was so skeptical, because I'm hearing one thing from people, and I'm hearing another from somewhere out there. So I wanted to differentiate and find out what's what. So if that resonates with you, yeah, you're a starseed. There's no two ways about it. You're a starseed. You're a light worker. And the last sign, if you continuously want to know, to learn, you constantly want to develop yourself. And when I say develop yourself, you want to develop yourself spiritually. You want to know, you're just so interested in learning. You want to learn about the universe, you want to learn about the cosmos, you want to learn about the planets, you want to know about the atoms, you want to know about vibration frequencies, you want to know about high vibration, low vibration, you want to know about sentient beings, you want to know about star seeds, you want to know about the chakras, you want to know about the colors, you want to know about healing, you want to know about how do the tarot readers get their information, you want to know about how the healers heal, you want to know about how the astro workers work. It's just one concise, consistent a book of learning. If you want to constantly know, yeah, that's definite sign of being a starseed, because you want to know about where you come from. You want to know where you've been to, and you want to know how the universe looks, and you want to know how the earth looks, and how the earth evolves, and what it's made of, and how we are connected. You want to know because there is a veil of forgetfulness over the entire planet, and so our souls have actually forgotten our past, and it has to be that way. Why does it have to be that way? Is because if we have to remember every single past life, and our soul has to remember its soul, and we have to remember the divine, we cannot enjoy and fully experience this life on earth. We will not totally concentrate on this journey, this lifetime, because we'll have all the other experiences from the previous lifetimes. So that is why there is a veil of forgetfulness, so we can ultimately and fully experience this lifetime in all its facets, in all its forms. So that is the reason for that. But our soul is such that we want to learn, and that's something that you can that the veil of forgetfulness cannot take away from us. So we start to want to find any information from all sources. And I've had that from from the time I was 3, I was 4, I was 5, going on, totally looking up information, going to the library, going on my own to the library, having a library card, constantly going on a weekly basis, reading up holy books from a very, very young age. And reading up the one and all the religion, all the cultures, reading up as much as I could read, so I can get information and formulate my own answer. So, and it's and still until this day I'm still learning. The learning process will go on right until the day that my body dies. So if that resonates with you, if that really, really resonates with you on a soul level, you are a starseed. And if 2 or more of these points resonate with you, you are most definitely a starseed. So welcome, soul friend. So I'm just going to briefly give you a list of the types of starseeds that there are out there. I'm not going to go, into the nitty-gritty of it and, about each characteristic and that kind of stuff. There's tons to find on, on YouTube, on social media. There's tons of stuff, there's even images of how they look. And there's, characteristics and all kinds of stuff, on the different starseeds. I'm just going to briefly name them. And if they resonate with you, so what you're going to do is you're going to briefly you're going to have you're going to do your breathing. Breathe 4 breaths in, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out. You're going to do this for a minute or 2. Then you're going to you're going to have your connection with source, you're going to have your connection with Mother Earth, and your Atma is going to be tapped in, tuned in. Once that's happened, when I tell you the type of starseed, you're going to feel which resonates with your soul, which resonates. And if you if you want more information, by all means go and research it, and then do the same thing. Contact your source and Mother Earth, and try to find out which resonates the most with you. So the first one that I would like to mention is the Pleiadians, or the 7 sisters. So that's one starseed. Another one is the Octurians, and the third one are the Syrians, and the fourth one is the Andromedians, and the fifth one is the Lemurians, or Atlantis. They were actually on the planet, the first beings on the planet. And the last one is light workers. So a light worker doesn't always have to be a starseed, but a starseed is always a light worker. So a light worker can be somebody that just educates, guides, teaches people, or gives energy. But a starseed is always a light worker. So if that resonates, if you understand that, then yeah. So you can be a light worker, but you don't have to be a starseed to be a light worker. But a starseed is always a light worker. So what I have to personally say about it, about the types of starseeds, this has never been said before. Well, and now I'm going globally with it. I've meditated for over 40 years on this. You know, what type am I now? I actually resonate with all the types that are out there. So I know that I've actually, personally reincarnated into all of those star seeds. I have, personal connection with each and every star seed. But um, my soul family is not on that list. So I am not on that list. And I know that for a fact. I do resonate with them. I have had past lives where I've been those, but that is that is not actually me. I am I'm not actually on the list. So I can tell you that. And I can, what I can also, say is that I have a really old soul. So when I say old soul, um, I'm talking about millions of years in human years. Because when you're up there in the universe, time doesn't matter. So the past doesn't matter, the future doesn't matter, and the present doesn't matter. But in human years, yeah, millions of years. So it takes a lot of courage for me to actually, come out and say that. And I'm really proud of myself. And I hope that even if I could help one person out there to kind of work up the courage to admit, oh shit, I'm starseed. So then my work's done. I fulfilled my work in helping somebody. Why would you want to need to know if you're a starseed? Why would you want to need to know this? Well, it's all about acceptance and accepting yourself, finally accepting yourself. I am a light being, I'm a sentient being, and I am on this planet for the human experience. When you finally understand that, you understand why you didn't fit in with your family, why you didn't fit in with your friends, why you didn't fit in at your workplace, why you didn't fit in your community, why you didn't fit in your city, why you didn't fit in your country, why don't you feel grounded to planet Earth and to Mother Gaia. And you can hop from one country to the next, and nothing and nowhere is home. It finally puts all the puzzle pieces in its place, and you understand that no matter what happens, I'm here to complete a mission, and this life is now my life. So this planet is now my home, and but when I'm done, I'm going back to my true home. So it's acceptance, and it gives so much of relief and peace and calmness once you've found that out and you can accept that. I And another thing is, why would you want to know? Is then once you know you are a star seed, and you know which star seed you are, you can start incorporating it in your meditation, and you can connect with your family, your true family. You can connect with them, and when you connect to them, they you receive the love and the light from them, and it makes this human experience much more bearable, and you can continue with your mission, knowing that you're getting the love and the light from your starseed family, your true family. So that is why you want to know about it, because then you can really focus on your mission, and not the lack of emotion, or the lack of family, or the lack of fitting in. So if this resonates for you, then I'm happy to have helped. I it's not my intention to harm or anger or upset anybody, but this is my truth. And after 40 years, I'm finally speaking about my truth, and it's such a relief. It's a huge relief. And I really hope that you like this. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you feel that you know somebody who could be helped by this video, please by all means share it, because that is what I want. I want to share the information, and hopefully I reach somebody out there and I can help somebody out there. If you like the content, and if the content resonates with you, then by all means please subscribe to my channel. I'm sending you all lots of blessings, lots of love and light, and let's go on this journey together of transitioning and awakening.